Good morning, all of you. Today we will proceed our topic objective resolution. Its third point is here, wherein the said territories, whether with their present boundaries or with such others as may be determined by the Constituent Assembly and thereafter according to the law and the Constitution, self processes and retain the status of the autonomous units together with residuary powers and exercise all powers and functions of the government and administration save and accept such powers and the functions as they are vested in the assigned to union or as are inherent or implied in the union of the resulting therefrom. Here, Jawaharlal Nehru described the things that first of all, because we are not having at that time the election commissioner, free or fair election commission, and the election commissioner. That's why we are having the Constituent Assembly, and Constituent Assembly will decide the boundaries of the provincial states and the any states which belong to the country, and after that according to the constitution the boundaries will be decided. And meanwhile there is a power which is power that these powers were divided into state and the center, and the highest power would be in central level. The next point, wherein all power and authority of the sovereign independent India, its constituent parts and the organs of the government are derived from the people. Whatever we have learned in third point, now the proceeds or the fourth point. Here the all power and authority and sovereign independent India, that would whatever government would take the authority or power, these powers were taken from the people. And the next one, fifth, wherein shall be the guaranteed and the secured to all the people of India justice, social, economic, and the political equality of status of opportunity before the law, freedom of thoughts, expression, beliefs, faith, worship, vocation, association, and the action subject to law and the public morality. Here are the some fundamental rights which our constitution would provide. The sixth is, wherein adequate safeguards shall be the provided for the minorities, backward tribal areas, and the depressed and the other backward classes. Here in the next point, that there is a description of the equality of all the sections of the society. For example, backward classes, scheduled caste, etc. And the next one is the whereby shall be the maintain the integrity of the territory and the republic, its sovereign rights on the land, sea, air, according to the justice, the law of the civilized nations. Here, the description of the boundaries of the air, international boundary, we can say that the international boundaries, that would be the according to the law, and we will follow the international law also here, that on the land boundary, on the sea, oceans boundary, and the air boundary, that we will respect. Here is mentioned in the objective resolution. And the eighth point is, this ancient land attains its the rightful and the honored place in the world and makes in full and willing contribution to the promotion of the world peace and the welfare of the mankind. Here the description of the international peace and the welfare of the human being. This resolution was anonymously adopted by the Assembly on January 22nd, 1947. It influenced the eventual shaping of the Constitution through all its subsequent stages, its modified variation, form, and the preamble of the present constitution. Here the objective resolution, I want to tell you that you are having the preamble in our constitution that had been borrowed from the objective resolutions. So take care.